All right.
Nancy, what's up with your name?
I don't know. I didn't do that. That way.
I can fix that for you.
I didn't see you. Did you see me?
There we go.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Happy to help.
Oh, yes.
All right. Okay, so we have a couple of things in our on our agenda. And let's see. The first thing I wanted to do, kind of get out of the way so I can stop doing that, is show you guys the Koha US logo that we have come up with. And it's smallish there, but if you guys can see it. Does that work for everybody? That's kind of a... We voted last month to use this particular version, but with a K that is capitalized, because it wasn't last time. So, anybody have any objections to changing our logo to this?
Nope.
Nope.
That's going to make it hard on my tattoo.
Well, it's you think it'll be difficult to tattoo in, or you already have a tattoo?
Oh, I don't have any.
Actually, why did we decide to go with a capital K?
If I remember correctly, Chris Rohde was saying that we kind of had conflicting votes, and he's like, why don't we have them capitalized and then look at them again?
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's why we wanted with the capital K.
Okay. So do we still have the original ones on the wiki? Did I ever throw them up there, or did I just share my screen?
I think you shared it.
Which means, okay, let me, where is it?
That logo looks good.
Thank you. Dan Alexander in our office did that, and he's fairly talented, so.
Apparently so.
It's nice to have him there. Oh, there it is. Crying out loud. That's what I've been looking for. Okay. Let me see if I can find the other logos. That he had done. That the other ones he didn't have. He was thinking that you never capitalized any of the letters in Koha, because Heather's so don't capitalize Koha, and he was like, well, you shouldn't do any of them, right? And I'm like, no, actually, capitalize the K, so that's why we had the original uncapitalized.
Yeah, because I know I always have people capitalize every letter.
Mm-hmm.
I have
And
to
that's
tell them,
not.
yeah, it's not an acronym.
Mm-hmm.
But we don't want a bike shed.
It's just cool.
Okay, I figured out where they are. Okay, so downloads. Here it is. Sorry. Okay, I will go back to sharing my screen.
Robin, you have a Tom Servo on your desk, don't you?
I have a Tom Servo. I do have a rubber ducky, but I've got a lot of fun stuff behind me, actually.
We all have our toys. Can you recognize this?
So this was, I think, number 3 is the one that we chose without the capitalization. Those are the ones that he had done previously, and none of them were capitalized. And in the last month, we decided we wanted to see the number 3 with a capital K.
I'm liking it with the lowercase.
But this is unrelated to the...
Do we want to take a vote? You guys can raise your hands, I guess, to vote. Are we all still, I guess last month we voted for the third, so we'll stick with that one. How many of you like the lowercase?
Which way does Koha have it on the main Koha website? Is it uppercase or lowercase?
Lowercase.
Oh, really?
Just like it is in the interface, in the staff interface.
Yeah, it is. You're right.
Oh, well, then I think that's fine.
I think so too.
So, lowercase.
Lowercase.
Lower.
I like lower.
It looks more uniform too.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought it looked a little strange when I noticed once I saw the capital K.
Okay, lowercase.
Yep.
Anybody for uppercase? Want to make your case? Nope. I know, it's been a day. All right, lowercase it is. That will be our new logo. I'll get it up on the wiki. And I think I asked Dan to get it to us in vector format if possible so that it will be useful for print. So I will see whatever I have handy. I will throw up on the wiki, and so we can all use it as needed. So that's taken care of. Let's see. The other agenda item that I had was just a quick report. We did the upgrade to 322 last weekend, the weekend before. Not too long ago. And basically it was as smooth as one could possibly hope. We did have a weird couple of issues, just some things to think about. One of the things was apparently the previous versions, we have a lot of, what do you call them? Scanners. That's the word, barcode scanners that do, for some reason, we're doing double entry, and the old version ignored that. The new version does not. So we had to reset a bunch of our scanners and our RFID pad to only single entry. That was a weird thing. And then we had some issue with hold notices and overdue notices going out to the libraries for people who don't have email addresses in the system. But we got that fixed, and that should, hopefully that patch will be in when you guys go for your update. You're welcome. Otherwise, a little slowness in the catalog search, patron search. We've got Plaque, and it's just zippy as all get out. But catalog search slowed down a little bit, actually, and I think we've got that figured out, too. So,
When you say catalog search, are you talking about OPAC or the actual catalogers?
actually, both. OPAC, sorry. So both staff and patron side searching in the catalog actually slowed down after we went to Plaque. And this version, but it has since improved, and Kyle and Nick and Jesse have been tweaking. So I think we're better now.
Did they say what was causing it?
They might have, but I'm not sure. I've seen this is actually what they've been doing, a bunch of different things, and I don't remember what did and didn't work from the ticket. So if I get a ticket from them that says, okay, this is what we did and this is what happened, I'll share that with you guys, but I don't have one right yet because we're still in just like today, I think it's working. So it's something we've been dealing with for the last couple of weeks.
And so you think it's going along real good now?
Yeah, I think once we got the hold and overdue notices going to the libraries again, which again just happened like in the last couple of days, and the catalog, the item searching sped up, we really didn't have any major issues. It was really smooth. There were those couple little things, but everything else has been going really well. So. And
you said you're noticing marked improvement.
We got Plaque on the back end, and patron searching is zippy, super fast.
So it's very noticeable.
It is very noticeable. Heather and I have occasionally been known we'll do a search and then we'll sit there and wait, and we'll be like, oh, wait a minute, it's already up. It's as soon as you hit search, it pops up. There's no waiting. So that's been a really nice thing. So we are enjoying that.
Robin, what was the patch that you said that you had? What was that about?
They had to put something. There was a bug in the sending. It looked like from the server side we were sending out the hold notices and overdue notices, but they weren't actually getting to the libraries. And there was something in that cron job, I think, that triggered a bug, and so they had to put a patch on the system to fix that. There was some sort of regression bug that happened. Like I said, this has all just been fixed in the last couple 3 days, and so I do not have my head completely around it. But now, hopefully, they'll know that that patch is necessary, and you guys won't have to worry about it. It'll be there.
So, aside from the thickness of the patron accounts, what are your biggest marked improvements that you see in this version that you're really appreciating?
There's a lot of stuff we haven't turned on that I'm looking forward to. They're batch check-ins and checkouts, but it's a little buggy. We haven't turned it on. A lot of I don't know that there are huge improvements that
I know they added
going.
The new catalog interface, the catalogers.
I've not messed with that at all. And actually, I'm not sure we've turned that on either because we have so few professional catalogers. Most of our staff in our libraries are copy catalogers, and they just don't use the cataloging interface. So I don't think we actually have that available for them. So we're not seeing maybe some of the big improvements because we haven't turned them on because they're just not used in our system. So, and I don't mess with cataloging all that much myself, so I haven't really taken a look at it.
All right.
I can see how it would be very useful, having been a cataloger, sort of. Original cataloging goes to me, but I can see how that would be useful and whatnot. But in public libraries, public cataloging or original cataloging does not happen very often.
The vast majority of our folks just do copy cataloging, and actually I'm working on a training session to help them identify MARC records that are useful, and because sometimes, that's not even always done by our library staff. So yeah, the original cataloging is just something very few people in our libraries do. Heather does most of it, quite honestly. So
okay.
Right.
Thank you for sharing. I appreciate it.
No problem. We're not usually, we try not to be on the bleeding edge, but there were some issues that were going to get fixed with this upgrade that Heather really, really wanted. So
excellent.
I'm glad. I know you guys have been, you've been noticing the most of that with the size of your system. So
yeah, we catch stuff even if we're not first out of the gate. We still catch stuff that others don't always because of the size of our system. So it's what we do. And I don't know if I've made an official announcement here, but Heather is actually leaving us.
Yeah, I heard.
I know it's gone out a couple of. Yeah, she's going to Syracuse to join David Lanke's in the PhD program there. So it's exciting stuff. But I did tell you guys because that's why we had to drop out of the Koha conference location, is because I was like, I'm not going to be doing that and dealing with Heather leaving, and it's just not going to happen. So okay. Was there anything else that was on the agenda?
I think just an update on the conference, but we haven't done anything as far as I know.
I did talk to the lady from Monterey, and she kind of asked where to start and all that, and I told her that we could, she can set up a meeting anytime. I'd be happy to host it on Zoom, or if she had something.
Okay.
So she'll be getting in touch with us. I gave her your email address, and so who else is on there? Whoever else volunteered. Chris Rohde?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. I gave her.
We put together the committee already?
Last month we asked for volunteers, and Nancy and Chris stepped up. Are you interested?
Yes.
All right. I will add you in. I
Is that
will.
Christopher?
Yeah, Chris Brannon.
Okay.
So, all right. So I'll send her your email address as well, and when she gets ready to start pull up together the first meeting, she'll let us know.
Okay.
So, but I answered some of her questions, and kind of I think the idea is generally that they're going to take $20 at the door if you want snacks, kind of thing. And I have gotten a question. Nicole actually got a question about scheduling from somebody in Texas who's interested in going, and they wanted to know what was scheduled on the last day, because if they actually left on the 6th, what would they be missing? And so I kind of told her I was assuming it was going to be the same kind of 2 days of session, 2 days of Hackfest. So
Yeah,
what she'd be missing was that last day of Hackfest, and she seemed to appreciate that. But otherwise,
I have something. We got together the other day, town hall, kind of a last minute thing on acquisitions and streamlining the ordering, and we have a development for $5,000 that will automate that process and give us something that we're sorely lacking in Koha. So if anybody's interested in that, it's on the development, and Nicole put it under something strange, but it says it's for acquisitions. The title of it's not very.
Do you have the bug number?
No, I don't. But I'll see if I can find it. We're looking for people to help. We've put in $1,000, so we're looking for $4,000 more. Than Bib Libre is going to go ahead and do that development for us to get it faster. But it will make your acquisitions order come back. It'll work with grids. It'll do all sorts of things.
Let me know. Let me know the bug number on that, because our library is an active user with acquisitions.
Okay, that's one of our library's biggest gripes is acquisitions is so puny.
Mm-hmm.
So this would give it a big boost.
Okay.
We actually gave it a kick in the pants last year with rollovers. So.
Yeah. I think we participated in that one also. So, yeah, that would be great. That's all I had.
Awesome. Well, it sounds like a good development to have, because we've tried to use acquisitions a couple of years ago, and it just wasn't there for us for a lot of our life.
It's very manual process right now, so this will streamline it a lot.
Okay, good.
Nancy, did you say that Washoe is set aside $5,000 for it?
No, it's 5,000 total, and we put in 1,000, so we're still looking
for 4,000.
Yeah, and it's on the development page. I think it's like 3 or 4 pages in.
Okay.
And I'll have to get the title. I'll send it to you guys though, but it's really important, and we really are excited that this all came together, and we had a big session with Nicole and Kyle, and the library's interested and hammered out some good things. So, and then they're going to hire Bib Libre to do it so that it can get done faster.
Yeah, because I think they're saturated, aren't they?
Pardon me?
I think that Bywater's kind of saturated right now with development, aren't they?
Right.
I think I found it. I put it in the chat for you.
When I asked for the meeting, and they got Kyle and Nicole on it, and I think we need to do something. I mean, we got it all together and got the needs specified. So.
Okay, and I think Jason put a couple of links in chat, so I think he's found it. And,
okay.
So there's
Jason.
a bug, and
Sure.
grab item information from order files. On the development page, so that information is in chat.
Thank you.
Right.
Thanks, Jason.
Thank you.
All right. Any report from the bylaw committee?
Yeah, Christopher made
I had done a little bit of work on it. I had been swamped this month trying to catch up on a bunch of projects here. So I did put some work on it, and I did ask Chris to take a look at it. Chris, have you taken a look at it?
Yeah, I read through it all, and I didn't see anything that I didn't need any comments, because everything you made was a comment I would have made.
Okay.
But I think what I need to do is sit down and try to blend the two, because part of me feels like it's, well, I guess you could call it a legal document in a way.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, can I just say what I want to, or is there something legalese that I'm gonna say wrong?
And Jim, once you guys have it, I'll run this past Jim, and he will
make it into legalese.
He'll let us know if there's something that needs to be reworded or whatever.
I think the big thing with the bylaws is we need to schedule next month to discuss the points that we're pointing out. But basically, right now we're going through and making notes on everything that needs to be changed, and so we'll need to, as a group, sit down and look at those notes and decide, because there's actually some, I guess, goals that need to be outlined in there, what the purpose of the group is, that we need to really nail down so that is expressed in this document. If we could have that on the agenda for the next meeting, that would be great for next month.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, I think we can do that. I can help. I can put together like just a list of bullet points of all the points that you brought up.
Okay.
And then we can just hit those, because trying to read through it as a group is not going to be easy.
Yeah, I'll continue chipping away at making notes in there, and then we can go over it. Maybe you and I can get together and go over it. Talk about that before the next meeting.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Was there anything else? I think that covers the agenda. Mr. Davis?
Just a moment here. I'm looking up something here. We talked about the logo. We talked about the conference or the meeting, whatever you want to call it, the unconference. We talked about the upgrade to Koha 3.22. So I think that's about it. How's the weather, David?
It's kind of nice. A little rainy right now.
Yeah. Well,
coming and going.
Spring showers. That's okay. I'm sure it'll be nice when we arrive.
It should be.
Even when it rains in Monterey, it seems to be prettier than whatever the weather is here in Kansas. So
over the weekend we had snow and rain over the weekend. So Mother Nature is still. But we need it. I'm not complaining. We need the moisture.
Well, we had some good rain yesterday, but yeah, Chris Davis emailed me about agendas, and he's like, "It's snowing here," and I was like, "I'm in a t-shirt and crop pants. It's not going to be no 80."
Quiet.
I mean, when I talk about snow.
Yeah, I was just like, "You enjoy it. Yeah, go ahead. Somebody might as well enjoy it."
We did have a thunderstorm roll through last night, though, so we got some moisture, so that's good.
Good.
All right. Well, there's nothing.
I do have something.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, you guys gotta stay a little bit longer. Actually, this might take a little time here. So we had talked about in the past about working together for some common goals, particularly developments. Now, right now, I know that we're not in a place where we can fund anything, but I was thinking, there are some ideas, workflows, concepts that we should discuss, and where things need to be addressed, we can put into a bug, and we can actually, where we can agree on things, we can vote on things and say, this is how we would like this to take shape and go towards the future, and then make note of that in the bug, saying that we've got Koha US behind this, and they voted this is the direction the US group would like to see this go. It gives it a little bit more teeth to the idea or the concept, rather than it just being something that somebody arbitrarily wants. And I do have one thing that I would like to discuss, but I wanted to see what you guys thought about that.
Okay.
So sort of lobbying, sort of, without the connotations, I suppose.
Just being able to have a group behind it rather than a single person with an idea. I'd like to be able to, say that the people that represent the U.S. group would like to see this happen.
Yeah.
I'm totally on board with that. I'm just checking the Koha US wiki, and we do actually have a developments under consideration and a development idea page. Developments under consideration is that talking tech.
Oh, okay.
And the development ideas is completely there's not even, it's not a link. So so we do have places we can put some of our ideas.
Okay.
So yeah, I think we can go along
So
with that.
the talking tech thing, so that's a development under consideration. So what does that mean for us? Do we need to talk about it? What needs to happen with that, just as a group?
Okay, there's a proposal for an enhancement. I don't know, is this already, because I think this is from a while back. So it may already, somebody may have already funded this as a development, or it may be just, a way to ask for more money. I don't know, but it's basically an enhancement request with a proposal, and there are 3 or 4 things that this enhancement would do, but there's no real call to action on it. So I'm not sure where it's at right now. It's just on the wiki, and I'm not sure.
Okay.
It's from October 1st, 2014.
I will assume that whoever brought it to the table, if they want to do anything with it, that they'll continue the conversation about it.
And your idea of discussing the developments is a good place for them to do it. So
I would like to bring something to a discussion with the group and find out the consensus of the group of how things work. But in my work with Koha, and I mostly dealing with installs and stuff. I'm not really dealing with workflow so much, but I do schedule myself to do some of the workflow once in a while. And one of the things that drives me absolutely nuts is expired holds. I don't know if any of you deal with expired holds, but for us, our process might be unique. And so I wanted to get kind of a feel of what other people do with expired holds, if you do expired holds, and how that workflow is. But for us at our library, we have a shelf out for the public to grab their holds. We put slips in there that have minimal information on it, so we're not revealing this person's reading this or whatever. But we put slips out there, and Koha is not very forthcoming about when things expire. It doesn't tell the patron. It just says when it went on hold, and then in the system we specify X amount of days when that is expired or whatever, and then there is an expired list. But that expired list doesn't really help because we're not shelving things in any particular order except by name, and so you still have to hunt through all the items. So
you're talking holds that are on the shelf, that are available,
that are waiting for people, and they don't pick them up.
Expiring.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
So yeah, thank you for clarifying. Yeah, so the books sit there, and if the people don't pick them up, we have to go through and find them and pull them out. Now our slips are created in such a way we can see those dates very easily and pull the ones that that have expired. We set up our slips so that it actually prints a date that they need to be pulled off of the shelf. So we do that. That process, I don't see much changing there, but the process that I am frustrated with is when we pull those holds that haven't been picked up. The process for that is we have to search for that item in Koha. We have to then move over to the holds. We have to click on the holds and find that particular hold, delete it, and then check the item in again to trigger any remaining holds if there are any. And I was wondering, does anybody else do a similar process like that?
We kind of do one like that. We use the function in Koha for holds that have been on the hold shelf too long.
Mm-hmm.
And what I do is I actually I pull it up on an iPad, take it out to the shelf, sort it by the person's name, which is how we have them filed. And then as I pull them off, you can either individually, there's a button next to it where you can cancel the hold right there, or there's a cancel all option, which will cancel everything on that list. And then I just throw them in the book return and they get checked in to trick the next hold. But that way you don't have to look up each item to cancel its hold. I just use the little button that's on that list.
Okay. So do you run into any issues? Are you canceling them individually, or are you actually doing the cancel all?
If I find everything, I'll do the cancel all. The problem I run into is if for some reason there's a book that's not there that's supposed to be, person may have walked out without checking it out, then I have to manually, since we make it missing, since it's not here, I have to do that before I do the cancel all. Otherwise I lose track of what it is.
Mm-hmm.
There's not a way to go along and like check, I want to cancel this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one, but not this one. That's something I would like to see them kind of enhance, is how that works.
Mm-hmm.
But generally, if I'll just do cancel all, ones that are being transferred to our partner library, unfortunately, don't cancel with the cancel all. Those I have to cancel individually. Because for some reason, the cancel all doesn't cancel those.
So, okay, help me understand that a little bit better.
Let's see. Let me pull up Koha here really quick.
You can share your screen if you
Let's see.
to.
How do I do that?
If you look down at the bottom of the window, if you just have it in a window, if it's taking up your whole screen, it's up top. Otherwise, it's down at the bottom.
Okay,
There's
share screen.
Share screen. Mm-hmm.
And let's see. Okay, everybody see?
Yeah.
Okay, I go to holds awaiting pickup. And then I'll sort by patron. Oops, sorry, got to go to holds over. This is an area where there needs to be some kind of an update or improvement on of once you click on this tab, having it stay on this tab. And I'll sort by patron, since that's the order we use. And then you can individually cancel by using this button. Unfortunately, if you do cancel them individually, the list reverts back to being on this tab. And when you come back to this one, it's no longer sorted. But the cancel all button will cancel everything except the ones that say it needs to be returned to another branch. I believe there's an option that changes that, but we've never been brave enough to try it.
Okay, sorry, I'm making some notes. So it reverts to the other tab when you click on a cancel hold, and it loses the sort.
Right.
And then you said the cancel hold and return to the specific library doesn't work.
It works.
Oh,
It just doesn't. It doesn't. The cancel all does not cancel the ones that want to return to another library. And there's a note on here that there's a system setting about that. We've never tried it.
Do you know what setting that is?
It says transfer when cancel all waiting holds. Syspress.
Transfer when cancel. Okay. Okay. And why have you been afraid to try that out?
Well, when we first got Koha, we were still learning how to use it and developed the workflow. And we're not 100% sure what it's going to do if we turn it on. Sometimes things don't work the way you kind of expect them to work. So this kind of works for us, and so we just do it this way.
What do you have it set to right now, David?
It is...
Probably don't transfer.
Probably. Let me pull up my system settings.
Because we have ours set to transfer, and it seems to work just fine.
Okay, we'll have to...
What'll happen is when you check it in, it'll print out a transfer slip. And it'll say, oh, this needs to be transferred to this library.
Okay. That sounds good.
Relatively benign.
This is under what? Circulation?
Yeah, I would just search transfer when cancel or something like that.
So, Christopher, does your library do a similar process with that holds over?
Well, I'm a little fuzzy on this, but I wanted to jump in and tell you that I think there's a cron job that just automatically takes care of these for you, so you don't have to cancel the hold. At least I thought that's the way that it worked.
Yeah, the problem, though, is if you do it in a cron job, how do you know what you have to pull off the shelf?
Well, you still have to go by the expiration date. And my director had a few ideas about that. You can use like different color rubber bands. So you say, okay, today's pink day. Anything with a pink rubber band, we take off the shelf. Or anything you could even get change the receipt paper every day. And you could say anything with blue receipt paper or something. But that, I think the rubber bands is probably a simpler way to do it. You know, we haven't done that. We just have the
Flips.
The expiration date on them. We don't have a huge shelf either, so we have 2 carts actually. That's about it.
Okay, so you have a cron job that goes ahead and cancels the holds that are over. So what does the status show on those items? The available?
Yeah, or whoever, you know, so what will happen is we'll actually run those through our sorting machine. The sorting machine will check them in, and they'll go on hold for the next person in line.
Okay.
So the cron job runs, let's see here. The cron job runs in the middle of the night, and so they're already canceled.
So they're canceled, and then and then somebody physically goes through and pulls them off the shelf by expiration date.
Yes.
And then they're put in your sorting machine, which checks them in and routes them.
Yes. Now, can you hold on and I'll go check that? I'll go make sure.
Okay.
So you two just continue talking into the sultry sound of my voice.
we're in the same boat, though. There's so many things that might not be on the shelf that canceling them without actually having them in your hand is just too much of a risk. I'd say we have 3-4 items every day like that.
Yeah, I generally prefer to cancel something when I have it in my hand.
So, yeah, I'm trying to understand how canceling them through a cron job is more efficient. I mean, because if you're having to handle them anyways, why not why not cancel them when you have them in hand with the cancel all or whatever? I mean, if the cron job is canceling all, why not do it at the time that you're pulling them?
Fine, thank you. I've got a quick question for you. Ready to pick up.
It's on the hotline.
All right. Well, that gives me some ideas. I was of the opinion it would be nice if there was just a feature when you pull all those holds that you could scan. You can go into holds over check-in and scan it. It would cancel the hold and check it in all in one swoop and generate the slip that it needs if it's going somewhere or if it's on hold for somebody else. So this gives me some ideas of things that we could try before suggesting any enhancements. Christopher, did you find anything out?
Yes, sorry, I was on mute there. Yeah, so basically we just run them through the machine, the sorting machine, because we want to trigger any holds, but the holds are already canceled for us, So if you remember that tab that David Kuhn was showing us, that said it was something like holds that are in trouble or something. I can't remember what it was, but holds with issues or something like that. If it reaches that, this cron job comes around and says, "Oh, you've expired. I'm going to remove your hold." And so we basically just check them in to trigger any holds.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And you don't have to go through and find each one and cancel the holds or anything like that because this cron job comes.
Okay.
I believe that the cron job is build holds queue. Build _ holds _ queue.
You said build?
Build as in building or as in construction build. Yep. I don't know for sure because I'm looking at I'm trying to remember. It's been a while, but I'm pretty sure that that's what it is.
Okay. Well, this is good. I think having this discussion was really helpful.
Good. Good.
Gave me some ideas at least.
Excellent.
Now, isn't there a feature coming in possibly 3.2.2 or 3.2.4 of they've added like an expiration date field that once the hold has reached your maximum retention, it'll populate a field for that so you can print that on your slip?
I heard something about the hold's expiration date, but I'm not 100% clear as to what it is and when it is.
I don't remember seeing it in 322, but I did not do the testing for the holds, so
I think what it was, it's either on the patron holds tab or on the items holds tabs. It's not both at this point, which is unfortunate, but it's one of those places it will show when the hold is over. But I don't know which.
Let me see if I can find the bug here.
I think it might be the item holds. If you look at the items holds, it'll show that.
Let's see. No, that's not it. I don't remember what they call these things.
So while we're waiting, does anybody know any good jokes?
I only know music jokes because that's my past life.
How many Koha users does it take to find a bug?
Guess we'll find out, won't we?
I think it was in 3.2.2 as well. I'm going to look at the release notes on that.
Is this what we're talking about? I plugged one in chat.
13030.
That sounds like it.
Let's see here. Find a waiting hold for a patron browser to circulation. So it's in the patrons hold.
So like on the checkout screen for the patron, talking about showing an expiration date there.
Circulation PL, yeah.
Okay. So Robin, do you have any holds?
We very rarely. I mean, we're a system office, so.
Do you know of anybody with holds in your system?
Well, actually, I think Heather just had a hold. Awaiting pickup. It's not overdue. I know that. Yeah, crucial conversation. Actually, there are a couple of holds.
Do they show?
Looks like they're almost all maintenance holds.
Do they show the holdover date though?
It says available since. Now I do have two holds over. Also both maintenance. But we don't actually. It looks like ours is done differently because I don't have the action column that that David showed a few minutes ago. Nor do I have that cancel all button. So we have apparently turned that off somewhere. But no, what I've got is available since, title, patron, location, and copy number, and enumeration. Those are the columns I have for my old holds.
Okay.
Now I do have the only items that need not be transferred will be canceled, but there's no cancel button next to it. It's the instructions for the cancel button, but no button itself. So, and I'm not sure what we've got turned off there, but it may be that we have something. It's the same on the regular holds page too.
You're looking in the patrons record.
No, because this.
Yeah, that's what this bug is talking about.
Okay, in the patron record. All right, let me see. There are 4 holds. Okay, I do have an expiration date. Yeah.
Is it something you can share without sharing the patron information?
Actually, I can do that because the patron information is Nichols Events. It's our maintenance.
Okay. Yeah, I'd like to see it.
So here is our Nichols Events. This is stuff that we grabbed for events, and the holds that we have. And
So if you go to the checkout, on the checkout tab, I think that's what they're talking about. And then on the right in green there, it says waiting until. I think that's what
Okay,
this is where
yeah.
you're looking. Okay.
Yeah. The holds expired. That's you can actually say I don't need this item after such and such date.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a terminology, difference.
Oh, come in.
Okay. Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah, so it's more of a holds over, or
What you need?
instead of expiration. We use the term expiration here.
Okay. Yeah, that's.
But I can see how that's confusing. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, this is what it looks like here. So.
Although it does show the same dates. That's interesting.
I'm wondering if they're using the term expiration to mean two different things now, and this happens to be the hold until date rather than the cancel the hold automatically date.
Can you bring up that first hold that you've got there, or at least I wanted to see the hold on it and see if there's actually an expiration set on it. So yeah, go to that and then. Okay, yeah. So they're using expiration for both. It looks like.
That's not confusing.
Yeah, I was just playing in my test server. It looks like it populates that expiration based on your holdover date whenever you confirm the waiting hold.
Okay.
But only on the patron screen, not on the actual item. That's kind of weird.
Yeah.
Now, I wonder if that field or wherever it's getting that from can be pulled as a token in the setup for your slips for your holds, so you can have it print that on the slip that you have on your hold shelf, so you can kind of go along and look for those.
It would be nice. I doubt it, because the way that the expiration has been working until this point, at least, has been that it was calculated. So when you bring up the holds over, it's calculated right then and there. It looks for things that are, however many X days that you said are past their hold date, and then it populates that field. So there is no date recorded anywhere. I don't know if they're doing that now for this particular thing, or if they're just calculating that as well.
Yeah, that's what I'm kind of wondering, if this enhancement actually sticks it in the field somewhere, or if it's just calculating it when it displays it on this screen.
Well, let's see here. Kyle created the bug. I could bug him and ask him if it's just calculated, or if it's actually being recorded somewhere now, because that would be a step towards being able to print that on slips.
Mm-hmm.
But you can calculate it and while on the slip, right? Based on
we do that.
We don't, but I'd like to.
I haven't. We do that for our slips, but it's not practical in notices. Can't do it for notices, and that's a real pain. It would be nice on the notices that send out, hey, your item is available, it'll expire on such and such date, rather than in 7 days, and something a little loosey-goosey. It would be nice to have an actual date on there, and just can't do it right now.
Okay.
All right, well, that answers my questions for expired holds or holds over for now. Thank you, guys.
No problem. Anything else? Okay. Well, then we will adjourn for the day and meet back up here next month